Yo guys, Theo here with your dose, daily dose of uncommon sense. Yeah, sorry about that. I was just thinking before I started recording that I probably should say the channel's name here and there, right? Otherwise it could just be called Theo's channel, and it just came out a little funny. Anyways, today we're talking about what ends up being one of the most common things I talk to clients about, which is progress and how it isn't linear. Like you see, this channel is obviously about self-improvement a lot, with a lot of focus on losing weight and building muscle, training and nutrition, basically. And what a lot of people end up doing is when they start losing weight or trying to build some muscle, when they do the first mistake, they end up feeling like huge failures and like everything is lost, and like let it escalate even further, like say that someone was fasting and broke it too early and end up binge eating, or you know, if you had one night you went out and got drunk and you got hungover and you skipped the gym, you just shit, I failed, you skipped the gym for the whole week. That's what's happened. A lot of people end up doing it that way if they fail. And what I try to teach is that progress is never linear. Like no one went at, you know, not being good with something to just doing it perfectly immediately, because if it weren't like that, they wouldn't have this problem to begin with. They would already be doing it, right? So this is, well, I talk about it in other videos, but this is something you just have to learn. That I like the analogy with how you're walking down a road. My phone ringing, wait a second here. It's always great when you just get into the flow and the phone rings. Anyways, I like the analogy with this, with progress and how it isn't linear. Like how you have a destination you're walking towards, and you're walking down this road, you know, and you try to get there as fast as possible, but sometimes maybe you end up going a little too fast and you stumble and you fall. And you know, what does this mean? You know, it does mean that you slow down. It does not mean that you have to turn around and go back home. You can pick yourself up, brush yourself off and keep walking, you know. And sometimes maybe you fell so hard that you need to rest for a bit. It hurt and you need to rest a bit before you get up. But you see the point, right? Falling when you're walking towards your destination does not mean that you fail and you have to go back. It just means that you slow down a little bit. But if you get up, keep walking, you will end up where you want to be in the end. And so I obviously on this channel I relate a lot to my own life and try to teach you like what has worked for me. I try to teach you, and I will say that specifically with the training and the diet, you know, it was something that I made very few mistakes with, because it's different. I was coming off this thing with panic attacks and huge depression, you know, and those panic attacks, you know, when it started to get better, I was so motivated because I'd been almost suicidal, you know. I was so motivated to do something to, you know, not have to go through that again. And so a thing like this will always make it easier to stay on track. You know, it's like, say, a smoker that hasn't been able to quit smoking and get lung cancer and survives. Maybe that was what they needed, you know, to finally be able to quit smoking, or something like that, you know. But so we can't put ourselves in the, like, it's not a viable strategy to you know, I don't know, if you're overweight, keep eating till you get a heart attack, you know, and get that as motivation. But I just want to tell you, you know, even when you're that motivated, did I make few mistakes with the progress in training and improving diet habits? Yes. But did I make zero mistakes? No, because I didn't know everything. I couldn't possibly just do everything perfectly. I was not good at that, you know. I was not good at training. I did not know what were good foods, or you know, but the mistakes are what we end up learning from, you know. That's why you should embrace mistakes. Like, of course we don't feel happy right in the moment when we fail, or it didn't go as we planned, but we should embrace them in a way that we know that they are necessary in order to learn. Because if they weren't, then you wouldn't have to learn. You could just do something right away, right? So progress is not linear. When you try to reach your goals, when you try to change to the better, you will make mistakes, you will make failures, you will take a step back here and there. Just because you fall, you know, don't turn around. It's natural. And yeah, so for instance, you know, if you were going to do a certain fasting routine to lose weight and you end up breaking the fast too early. Like, don't beat yourself up for it. Maybe this wasn't a routine for you. Don't let it get out of hand. Like, if you've already lost a bunch of weight doing some other fast, like, it isn't that big of a deal. Like, we want progress to look like this, you know, but it will end up looking something like this. Okay, so the reason I cut this up into different clips is because I get scolded by it. There's some kind of, what do you say, some kind of home that old people live in here, and some like old fellow started shouting at me. So anyways, if you like the video, please leave a comment and stuff like this. I'm gonna go meet a buddy now, but I'll see you later, guys. Peace.